Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Many times in life the truth may lay right in front of your eyes, but because you look far away, you're focused far away, you don't see it. It's blurry, you don't see it. And sometimes certain issues that seem to be very complicated are very easy, very simple. It's just that we are thinking that they must be complicated or could be. Therefore, we try to look further instead of starting from close. I will give an example at the end of this video if I have time. And it's an example I gave on many of my videos, maybe 3 times. And is regarding Nye Nye Kung. Yeah, you heard me right. Nye Nye Kung. It's a book written, I think, in the 1970s or something, with some, I think it was some American, they're called scientists. They went to Africa and they went to a tribe, a very, very backward tribe. And they were studying their hallucinatory, how should I put it? How do you call those things when you, not a tradition, behavior, by using certain kind of plants, and they were getting in a trance. So customs, we want to call them. And these guys were trying to study those customs, and they wrote actually 2 books, if I remember correctly, on that, when they gave so much interpretation to something that was very simple. But I will get at the end of this video. So what's going on here? Iran is willing to talk to the Americans about the peaceful nuclear energy, which they said we will not relinquish. It's our right to do it, and we fought a war and we're ready to continue it if you think that we should not be allowed. And now I think they also have a backer, at least Boris backer, which is Russia. Trump announces that the United States of America and Iranian officials will talk next week as ceasefire holds. Then I think this is one of the things that I mean when I think certain things are very close and clear and easy when we look further. Why did these guys agree all of a sudden, I would say, to end this garbage attack? I personally do not think it's because of Trump's strikes. I give that 1%. I think this is the real reason why, and I will disclose it to you. And since we are still here and war in Ukraine still wages, the Russians occupy 2 more cities, 2 more towns, not cities, towns, settlements. They're advancing towards west. So that means someone is losing and someone else is winning. So let's start with the first one. And we have here the Iranians, according to Agence France Presse. And this is a day ago, from yesterday. Iran willing to return to talks as ceasefire with Iran takes hold. So they're ready. They never stopped. They're good to go. Good to go. So, but even if it happens to express jump to the second one, more important, right here. Trump meets them in the middle. Trump says United States and Iranian officials will talk next week as ceasefire holds. That's fantastic, don't you think? That's an achievement. That's good. I know a group of people who are very upset about that. Now, could be just a distraction, could be just a postponement of what's to come. And I think that is based on something else. And this is what it's based on. I think this is the real reason why the war ended so quickly. Israel running low on weaponry. Reports. It's not only as people say, reports. So that could be the reason why we had these guys, saying, you know what, let's talk. We're going to do this and we're going to pretend like they were winning, and they stopped, the Iranians stopped because we were bombing them. And the media did its job, which is propaganda. 12 hours ago. The Israel Defense Forces are running out of weaponry, including munitions. NBC News reported, citing unnamed US officials. Israel's military is running low on some key weaponry and is especially low on munitions. 2 officials cited by, well, they fucked up Gaza so bad that obviously they don't have it anymore. Anyway, so what do you think, my friends? And in the meantime, as we are going to tell everybody how strong we are, let me show you an article right here. And I'm going to show you how it's solved. Right there, this is from Yahoo main page. The US government will be unable to pay its bills by August, a new report. What do you think they will do? Print money, raise the debt ceiling, or borrow, which is debt ceiling. And here's the title. They got the solve right there. They know how to do it. The US government could run out of money after August 15th without debt ceiling action. BBC. All right. So without, it's like imagine you are, let me close this thing here. Imagine that you are having a household. You have payments, you have to eat, you have to pay your electricity bills and so on. And you don't have money because you smoke, you drink, you do all kind of other things. And instead of restructuring, that means maybe I consume too much and I don't make enough to cover the consumption. You say, you know what, I'm going to go to the bank and I'm going to get a loan. But I don't change anything else. I'm going to go and get a loan to pay my bills. That means I'm not going to invest in my, how should I call it? I think it's called not human value. Can invest in yourself to be able to go and find a better job. I can't remember that term right now. You just go and borrow money. After that, you have to pay it back with interest. So after, again, you're going to continue the same pattern of behavior. And you're going to need another loan and another loan until one point when you either become the slave of the banks and you can't pay and they take everything you got, or you become a slave. So the United States of America, if they cannot pay the bills, that means that something is wrong. Some things are wrong. One, the economy is not running the way it's supposed to. And it seems like the services provided by the government are too expensive versus the revenue. So restructuring, either the economy, which is the revenue brought in, is bigger, not taxation. With taxation, if you increase it, you're going to kill the businesses, the exact people that provide you with a real income. So raising the debt ceiling, that means going and borrow more. They're preparing you. But hey, we're going to fight what? Russia? They don't raise their debt ceiling, by the way. They don't. Go and check out what is the public debt in Russia right now. I think it was 12%, and I think right now it's 20 or something. The lowest from all these guys. All these guys, see how Great Britain has, or the Americans. They get $1.4 trillion in debt or something. Not in debt. It was a deficit. Deficit. It's unbelievable. So deficit is the deficit. We consume more than we produce. And we borrow, then we print money, which is inflation, and so on. So great, but hey, we're going to fight the Iranians in the meantime, and the Russians. So yes, my friends, I think the real reason why they were so eager beavers to stop this war was because it's shitty right here, and the military-industrial complex cannot support an economy. You need more than that. And the second one, obviously, is the other guys are running out of munitions. Why? We gave them the munitions. You can have the money, how much you want. You can have the numbers. You need the stuff. If I want to see you or I want to read something, I'm not going to get a $100 bill. I can do shit with it. Maybe light it and have more light, but I need glasses. Who makes the glasses? Manufacturing companies, not weapons. Okay. So this is it. And I'm going to go to the last topic, which is the Russians. This is just a caveat, an extra, just to show you that the Russians are advancing and we are going to borrow more money. Ukrainska Pravda, DeepState. Russians occupy Andriivka and Kostiantynopil in Donetsk Oblast. That's done. They are going towards the Dnipropetrovsk Oblast. Russian forces have captured Andriivka and Kostiantynopil in Donetsk Oblast, a DeepState frontline monitoring project reports. The enemy has occupied these things. Has also advanced near these three settlements. So they're going forward, my friends. They are going forward. What is this guy's going to do? They're going to defend Israel. Good job. Well, I think this is according to what's going on. You can't, how is that, Abraham Lincoln? You can't fool all the people all the time. You can fool some people sometime. The same here. You can't pretend that you are fantastic all the time. At one point that would reach you. Te ajunge la un moment dat in Romanian. It's gonna get you from behind at one point. They're gonna grab you and say, hey, you're not who you think you are. Stop behaving like that. People see it and you're gonna hit a wall. So let me tell you about things being much easier or much clearer than they appear, I think, in the case of why these guys so easily stopped the war in Iran. Remember who started the preemptive action. It was not the Iranians, the other guys. So Iran can go on and on. After all, it has... Anyway. So this, when I was in college in the United States of America, I had a class in, I think it was a history of religion class that I took it because I had to take it. It was not... Anyway, so the professor was a nice professor, but I think he was just... Anyway, and he mentioned we had to buy this book, Nye Kung. I still have it in the basement right there. And in this, as I said, some social scientists from whatever university, they showed up in Africa somewhere in a remote area where they found a tribe where they were still living as they were living, like really naked and so on. And they were having these traditions or practices of using hallucinatory substances and getting a trance. And then these guys, the educated guys that read Plato, Aristotle, and many other things, that Nye Kung is the name of the tribe. Nye Kung did not read those things. I don't think they had writing. But anyway, so these, I would say, people who knew a lot about the world came to a tribe in a location. I'm not here to insult or offend the Nye Kung, but the reality is that those guys were somewhere tens of thousands of years back versus to where these guys were. And these educated people came to learn what's going on with the trance, what's going on. And then those guys were clear. I'm going to take this, I'm going to go in a trance, blah, 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 and that's it. And then you have these guys interpreting the blah, 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 and all this. Oh my God. And they were giving complicated philosophical learning in their world to something that these guys never dreamed about even. So that's the way it was. This reminds me also as a Life of Brian, if you remember that parody of Jesus Christ, when that guy Brian, he's running, he was just mistakenly taken as being Jesus Christ by a mistake, and the crowd started following him, running after him. This guy said, I'm not Jesus Christ, and he starts running, and the crowd said, yeah, the Messiah, you see Messiah. So they were going after Messiah. And this guy ran so fast that at one point he runs and he stumbles and he loses his sandal behind. But when he wants to go back and get his sandal, the crowds are coming. Messiah. Okay, those. Anyway, so this guy was, oh shit, turned around and started running with only one sandal. So the sandal. And then this guy's, oh my God, one of the guys in the crowd, oh my God, what is this? So he picked up the sandal. This is a sign. He left us a sign. So the interpretation of a simple drop of a sandal by a guy who was running from these guys was interpreted by it's a sign. We must follow Messiah. The same with Nye Kung, the same with these guys. Why did that happen why Trump? Oh, Trump made them, he just bombed the ship. That's reality, bombed them, and the Israelis did that, yeah. And Iran was scared. No, these guys were running out of ammunition. The Americans showed their limitations, which is, took a shit. They were not there to attack Iran. You got the Russians who told the Americans, back the fuck off, we're about to enter, and that's conclusion. And some other ones that I don't know, but I basically right now, that's what I think is clear and right here, Nye Kung, okay? Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.